Right, here we are for the World Cup 2011 men's final to be held in South Africa. Mark, it's been a closely contested contest. This is going to be a goodie.
Mate, I reckon this is going to be a cracker. Now, these two teams have been at each other all week. There's been nothing in it, a couple of runs. It'll be the passion of South Africa, probably versus the calmness of Australia. If South Africa can get it right, they will win. They have an opportunity to create history. This could be their very first World Cup. They've played outstanding, they have this week. It's whether they now can turn up for the big game.
South Africa, just before the game, they paid tribute to Neil Berger. This is his final test. He's 35 years of age. This is his 6th consecutive World Cup. He's an amazing man for his age. 35 years of age. He gives all, he takes all. They paid tribute to him. This is his last test, and I think we admire the man and his ability.
And I think that's fantastic about our sport. We have a lot of people that have done a lot of things. I've been fortunate to be on the other side against Neil, and he's the hard man of South African indoor cricket. Good luck to whatever he decides in the future, but we've got a game to get ready for.
To open the bowling for South Africa will be the captain, Peter McDonald. Comes around the wicket, he sort of darts it into your legs. Australian batsman.
Yes, Vanish Bennett, also a great player, and Rob Fitzgerald. Here we go. And that is a fantastic down and up shot to start the game, isn't it?
That is definitely not where the South Africans want to bowl. They want to bowl tight on their legs. They love room, the Australian batsman.
Bennett, who just faced that ball there, is also 36 years of age and played in a number of World Cups, winning World Cups. Brilliantly fielded there off Berger. Off Berger, he's a man for this occasion. Let's see whether they can get behind him. Rob Fitzgerald then played a decent shot, great fielding. Also a very experienced campaigner, has played in 3 World Cups for Australia. They've sent the big guns out early. McDonald to continue, change up. Oh, that is a brilliant shot there, Bruce.
Australian batsmen very strong on their legs. They tend to hit the ball very hard into the ground. Mark, I see there's scoring zones on the court. You want to explain to the viewers why?
Yes, the front half of the court there, obviously, if you hit before the big wide strap, it is 1 plus a physical run, which makes 2. Obviously, the back half becomes 2, and then the physical becomes 3.
Well bowled, McDonald. That's where he wants to bowl. He wants to get it in the hole, right in the block hole. No room, no place to free your arms.
Well, the plan will be to have Berger in the game as much as possible. You know, that's where they need to be. If they bowl short, him and LaRouge are actually taken out of the game. It's a good start by Peter McDonald, and you'd expect that from the captain. You'll see there, Bruce, the dive by Vanish Bennett. He dived nice and early and slid, which allows his bat to get over the line. It is a technique in indoor cricket, and the Australians do it very, very well.
Lots of pressure there. You can see that the batsmen and the bowlers and the field, everybody's under a lot of pressure. Lots of diving from the batsmen. There's always a chance in this game.
Oh, yes, the ball's always live. The only time it's not live is when it's actually ended the over or in between innings. So the pressure is immense. Players dive, fielders throw themselves around. The skill set is outstanding. Can South Africa get an early one to get themselves going?
Again, too full by McDonald. He wants to bounce the ball. He doesn't want to bowl it there. They hit it hard into the ground. They play no-risk cricket. They hit it hard into the ground. They take the front plays out of the game, which gives them the chance to hit the 2 runs.
Yes, well, Bennett's butted that very, very well, hasn't he? Hasn't hit it hard, just makes it bounce. Here, well bowled. Well bowled.
That's the line he wants to bowl. Good early call from Bennett for the batsman to stay. Could have been trouble.
End of the over, the total is 10. I think Australia will be very happy with that start. Just before the game, the national anthems were being played. The noise, the support for both countries, but in particular South Africa, was electrifying. I had goosebumps on my neck, I did, listening to both national anthems. Here they go now. Fitzgerald's just coming up, getting a bit of drink. Oh, it's quite warm.
Next up to bowl for South Africa is Junior Dala. He's played in the World Cup in 2009. This guy has got serious gas. He's one of our better players. He's an awesome, awesome player and an awesome, awesome guy. Watch this. The problem with him is sometimes he tries to bowl too fast. As you can see by that was really flying, but it's gone wide. It's been called a no ball. What happens in a no ball in this game?
In a no ball, you get given 2 runs, so that's a gift. The thing is with Junior Dala is, I believe he's one of the most promising players in the world, but composure is the key for him now, because he is a great young player. Keep that composure. That's better. That's better from the young boy. He is a superstar, Bruce, this kid.
That's where he needs to bowl nice and tight on their body. Doesn't want to give them any room to move and free their arms.
At 21 years of age, doesn't he have a future in here?
Not sure if there was a catch. I see it squirted off the side of the bat. Could have been sharp chance. It's really going quick to the corner.
Yeah, I think Lara then needed to actually use his left hand. Couldn't get down, but Bennett's hit that very hard. You hit the ball hard in this game. Your reflex skills are so important. Fitzgerald to now face Junior Dala. That's a lovely shot, Bruce.
Again, simple cricket from Australia, risk-free cricket, hard into the ground. Batsmen hit it very late under their eyes, unlike outdoor cricket where you try and hit it in front of you, you try and hit it on the ground in the V. Yeah, you want to hit it under your eyes, hard into the ground, into the top net.
Score's moved on to 15 at the moment. Oh, that's some pace.
I see the wicket-keeper only wears 1 glove. Is there a reason for that?
Well, the idea is because these keepers are so sharp. You know, they take the ball with the 1 glove, but they freeze their other hand to throw. The pace then thrown back there by Maurice was very, very good. The pressure, you don't come out of your crease too far with the quality of the keepers that are on the world event at the moment.
Again, lacking a little bit of discipline, trying to bowl too fast. Bennett really in the zone. You can see on his face, he's really in the zone. He's an awesome cricketer, this guy. He's not one of the youngsters around, but he's got one of the most amazing cricketing brains you'll ever know.
And he pumps his fist. He pumps his fist when he knows he's in the zone. I'll tell you now, he is in it. You can see the difference there. Vinish Bennett, yep, he's just stuck his bat up. He's totally focused. Young Dala's probably just trying way too hard at the moment. He's a couple of experienced boys just to tell him to relax.
Australians won't mind this. Dala will definitely one of the bowlers they would have thought, let's just see him out. They won't mind this at all.
Yep. Once again, as you've already mentioned, very strong on their legs. They bunted that ball well. The totals moved to 21. I would say the South Africans desperately must get a wicket the next over.
South Africans need to do something. I have a funny feeling they're going to slow it down. You can see Burger doing a lot of talking in the circle. He's using his experience here. Don't be surprised they slow this down.
He's obviously decided to bowl himself too here.
I think Burger's going to bowl here. He's one of those little wobbly bowlers. He tends to wobble the ball all over the show. Uses his fingers a lot. A difficult bowler to get off the square.
I just noticed there's a long talk between Fitzgerald and Bennett. They'll be just reassuring themselves, we've got a great start, we've got a good lead here. Let's not do anything silly. Let's see our Burger take what we need to take off, swing the pressure back.
Straight away you can see that has swung a mile. Burger needs to be careful of that ball. He really gets it to swing a lot. He'll swing it both ways. He'll move it off the track. He'll diddle it around. He's one of those bowlers.
The problem I see here, Bruce, is they've now bowled 5 wides. Now 5 wides and 2 overs and a ball. Now that is the discipline. Now that is the discipline.
That's the change-up. That's the one with 3. He runs through his fingers, slows it down, hopes for it to get a little bit of bounce, a little bit of bite out the pitch. Well played by Bennett. He's seen it. He's got good eyes.
Again, the one thing that South Africa cannot do is keep drifting into the legs of the Australian team. You know, they've again drifted into that. Neil is not a quick bowler. He's a smart, old, clever bowler. He needs to get that ball around off stump, coming in so he can get his front half boys into the game. This is a crucial point for South Africa.
Too much width by Burger there. Again, batsman will just rock back, hit you down into the top net for 2.
And they've moved along very quickly to 27, the Australian men's team, which they would say is a fantastic start. Yeah, well done, Viviers.
Viviers running in from the 3-line, really attacking the ball, saving the ball from the net. Let's not forget, when the ball hits the net, you get that extra run. So you'll see the fielders doing a desperate attempt to keep the ball off the net.
South Africa need a wicket. They need a wicket now. Can Neil Burger deliver it for them?
Slower ball down the leg side, kept it inside that line, which means the ball is good. Good hands by the keeper, very quick. Change up from Viviers, very well bowled. Unlucky with the fielders up front. Having said that, it's great dives from both Australians. They are so ready for this.
The first step here for our TV audience is that Vanish Bennett is going onto the front foot. It gives him the opportunity to rock back if he needs to, rather than stand still. If the length is not right, if it's not back of the length, the Australians are very capable of knocking runs up. And safety then.
There you see it, Bennett hits it right under his eyes, gets the ball high into the air from the ground. Risk-free cricket, very smart cricket from these two Australians. They are really taking this game to the South Africans.
And a great start too. Total's moved up to 31 after 3 overs.
Next up, George Viviers to bowl. He's 20 years of old. He's played in the World Cup under 19s. He's been around the world, got a bit of gas. Let's see if it works to these two Australian batsmen who are batting really well.
And he's also part of the future for South Africa. 21-year-old boy he is. Bennett facing.
Got some serious gas here. Bennett wasn't sure there. That was coming. And he also swings the ball, Mark, which makes it, this ball, does it make the ball swing a bit more?
Yes, it does. It's a lot lighter. It is. It has a plastic compression case around the outside of the tennis ball. It is very seam and due to being a light ball. If you can hit the seam, especially on these new tracks, the ball seams back a fair bit. That hurried Bennett up. No doubt about that.
Too short from Viviers. It's a good call from the umpire. There's no two ways about it. The ball is not allowed to go over your batting stance. Anything over your batting stance is 2 extra runs. That's too short from Viviers. He'll want to pitch this up a bit more. Viviers to Bennett. That's the perfect line. Away swinging, back of a length. It's exactly what you spoke about, Mark. That's where the South Africans need to focus on these two batsmen.
The key is to be consistent, isn't it? They must be consistent.
That's the line they're looking for. Wide outside off, going away from the batsman. Soft hands from Bennett. Well played. After that, the ball really stood up on him. Good soft hands. There's the first one for South Africa. That's what they needed to get to lift this crowd. They needed to get some runs off the board here.
Magnificent fielding by McDonald. That ball was hit. It was hit hard. His skill set is fantastic. He's grabbed it, returned it. Great done by Luby. Fantastic.
He's straight into the keeper's hand and out. Awesome fielding. That's what the South Africans needed. They needed to get one on the board here.
You'll see the coach, Sean Shaper, is basically saying to him, we've got to get a second one.
As with outdoor cricket, Mark, I see that the score goes down when you lose a wicket.
Yes, you lose 5 runs when you go out. You bat for 4 overs, you lose your 5 runs.
It's well bowled, good cricket from the Australians. They haven't panicked after that wicket. They're still keeping their discipline. They're still just trying to hit the 2s. The rest will just come.
This is a very, very good start here. They need one now. That's well bowled too.
Well bowled,
that's well bowled.
No room at all. Bennett's played it very well. Having said that, it's a good ball.
Yeah, the one beautiful thing about our game is that people acknowledge you face a good ball. Hey, it's a good ball. You accept that. Bennett, with the experience, would have said, hey, well bowled, young fella.
South Africa need another wicket. Viviers to Bennett. This is going upstairs. It's very close. Run out to the keeper's side. Let's see what the third umpire says.
Not sure the South Africans are super confident here. I think that was tight.
See there, he hits it into the net. Into the keeper. It's going to be close. It looks too close. They'll go back a few frames. His hands come down now. Breaks the wicket. Go back a frame, I think. I think they'll want to go back 1 or 2 more frames. That's out. Let's see what the third umpire says.
He has.
Third umpire, Mark, is a great innovation to this game.
Oh, it's brilliant. You think of them close calls that we are. We're very fortunate. We're sitting in the TV area, so we get to see it. That is fantastic fielding from South Africa. It really is. They've got them back into the 20s. The third umpire just confirms that the player's out.
This could be full and wide. It's a good comeback from South Africa. Those two are really batting well. South Africa got 2 early wickets and it pulled it right back for them.
Yeah, no, I think a fantastic over. Good length. I think the problem is the early over from Junior Dala. He was just trying to get too much gas. Gave away too many runs. Viviers then has actually made the batsman play. We know in the game, if you make the batsman play, they can make mistakes.
South African coach Sean Shaper talking sternly to his playing, tell him to stay in the zone, stay focused, bowl their lines. They don't want to give the Australians any room.
The new 2 batsmen here for Australia. Young Jared Leach, you know, obviously on his debut, and obviously young Michael Spargo. Michael Spargo is his first World Cup for the Australian men's, and the same with Jared Leach. These boys are both 23. This will be a pressure 4 overs.
Bowler bowling now is Quinton Libber, 25 years of age. He comes out of the Easterns setup. He's been playing since he was 9 years old. He's been in Tri-Nations. He's been in World Cups. He's got a lot of experience at this level. They really need to look at him now.
I think the key part here for Australia will be is for Leach, Spargo to take the pressure first couple of overs and then push on. Front foot there.
No ball front foot from Quinton in this game. Remember, you're not allowed to stand on that line. You stand on that line, it's regarded as a no ball. Extra 2 runs to the batters.
Well, that's it. That's a good delivery.
It's well bowled. Quinton Libber swings the ball around a lot. He really bowls with a bit of pace if he wants to. That's a great line.
You know, for a boy or a man, as we'll call him, as tall as he is, his athleticism is fantastic. As we said, he's played, this will be his second World Cup, his first one at home. That is brilliantly fielded by Viviers there. That was going for two. He's jumped high, saved it off the net. Two Australian boys look quite relaxed at the moment. That's a good sign, isn't it? Just looking calm.
They're a very good fielding side, South Africa. They take pride in their fielding. They're going to have to step it up again today. Huge in-swinger by Libber. That's his other ball. It really swung. Again, this two-piece ball. It's nice and warm in here. The ball is going to swing around.
And a very good call by the umpire, not calling that wide. Well within the lines.
Let's try to do the other one this time. Trying too much. Stick to the basics. Keep it simple. That's wasting. The Aussies will love this.
Well, that's now the sixth wide the South African team's bowl. You know, they've got to get that right, they do.
Pressure from the South Africans. Everything's done right. The backstop didn't hold it and could not do the run out. Crucial, crucial, crucial.
I think the only problem there was that Junior Dala actually really threw that ball. But he only had to actually just throw it nicely. It catches the back sticker off guard. You're expecting it to come slow, it comes fast. LaRue will be disappointed with that.
Good fielding by McDonald, keeping the pressure on, getting it tight on the three line, putting them under pressure. The Australians will take that for their first knock.
And that's the end of the over. The total has now moved to 35. But there's plenty happening down here at the moment.
Next to bowl is Yogi Naidu. He comes from KwaZulu-Natal down in Durban. This is his debut at the World Cup. He's played a bit of provincial cricket. He'll be under a lot of pressure today.
Oh, but I've been impressed with this young man. I've definitely been impressed with him. Jared Leach to face.
Won't be the start he wants. He has the ability to swing the ball both ways. He really keeps you guessing at a batsman, but he wants to land it.
Very important here for South Africa to pick up a wicket, just to keep the pressure on.
That's well bowled. Big in swinger, right on the batsman's toes. Hard to get that away. But having said that, the Aussies haven't panicked. They've stayed there.
Yeah, he seems quite cool and calm here, young Spargo on strike. Doesn't seem to be getting too flustered. I'm sure there's plenty of heat out there. But he looks very composed. Naidu to continue.
Again, he bowls the big in swinger. What a great ball. Third ball mark. What is that?
Third ball is when the score hasn't been. There's been no score forward on the previous two deliveries. So now what happens is that the score must advance. If it does not advance, the player are out. But there is as much pressure on the batter as what there is on the bowler.
So the batsmen have to run, providing the ball is good.
Yep, correct.
Pressure ball.
Very soft hands by Spargo then. A little bit short. You know, he'd been bowling very full and making it tough. Just bowled a tad short just then. Bruce, isn't this crowd amazing? There must be nearly 2,000 people packed in here. Upstairs, the bar area, on the staircases, you name it, they are everywhere here.
The support from the Johannesburg crowd have been amazing this week, and this whole build-up to the World Cup finals. It's been unbelievable. From every arena, they've come to support their teams. Whoever's played, they've had people here. It's been a World Cup that everybody will remember.
Well, you know, from my point of view as a visitor into this country, I cannot say how warmly everyone's been treated here by the South African public.
It looks like it bounced from here.
Yeah, for me it looked like a contentious issue. It's always hard. The ball can hit the bottom of the net. Sometimes they pop up. The fielders take the catch. In this case, the umpire straight away says not out.
Well played by Spargo. He waits for it on his legs, hits it very late under his eyes, hard into the ground, into the top net. Risk-free cricket again from Australia. Very disciplined.
And these two young boys now have just taken their partnership up to 15. The Australian coach, Roch Gregory, would be very, very happy with their temperament at the moment. Good fielding there by Berger, but Spargo, big dive, made it quite safe.
South Africans are getting in really tight. I see the umpires having a chat to Berger. He's a very, very fiery character. Sometimes they ask him just to cool it a little bit.
I would say, Bruce, they're more talking about the exclusion zone. He's getting very, very close to that. You know, and if you get into that zone in there and you lean over before the ball's bowled, it is a no ball. Most umpires at least say to a player, you're getting really close. So that's probably what I'd say. The umpire, Mike Mickes from Australia, has said this. The one thing about our game of indoor cricket is that we pick our best umpires. Doesn't matter whatever country they come from. If they are the best umpires of the tournament, they umpire the finals, which is different from other sports. But we believe if you are the best, regardless what you are, you give them the job. So good luck to the umpire also today.
Next up to bowl, Steph Leroux, 23 years of old. He's from Gauteng. He made his debut in 2009. A very difficult bowler to get away.
Yes, he comes in, he bowls that loopy type spin. If he gets it right, he's basically unplayable. Good decision here by the captain, McDonald. Just take the pace off the ball a little bit. Spargo and Leach look very comfortable against the quickies.
Steph Leroux has to find his length. Length is critical for him. As soon as he hits that length, he's got the ability to turn the ball both ways, and he's very hard to read out of the hand. Too short from Leroux. As we said, he's got to find his length early.
Spargo's played that exceptionally well, he has. He's a young boy, and as with everything to do with action cricket, there is competitions for all sorts of grades. You know, come next year, we have a 12, 14 and 16 and under World Cup to be held here in Fourways Arena in Johannesburg. So all you young boys and girls, get out there at the moment, get into action cricket. You could be a superstar one day too.
Again, too short by Leroux. He really needs to find his length here. He's battling here. He needs to get his fielders in the game. If they're leaning back and hitting you like that, it's very difficult to get it.
He's a bit too short, I think, Bruce. He needs to give it a bit of an air. See these boys come down the track to him. Here we...
It's exactly as we called it. They look to hit him.
Leroux to continue here. He's got to get this ball in the spot. Yeah, it's better.
That's what he's looking for. Third ball applies. They now have to run. LaRue wants to produce his best. They probably might bowl the one that goes away from the batsman, even though he's got two fielders on the leg side.
Oh, well bowled. Not out. Unfortunately, Neil Berger has fumbled that.
He's gone upstairs.
He has gone upstairs.
Pressure from the fielding side have asked him to go upstairs. There you can see he throws it into the keeper's hands. He's going to have to go back a few frames. I think as the batsman got the bat in his hand. Is that bat up in the air? No, it could be. Is the bat in the air? Is the bat in his hand? The two have collided. Looks like the bat's up from here. Let the third umpire make his call.
Yes, the beautiful thing about our TV is that the whole crowd gets to see these decisions. So the pressure is on everyone. What will umpire Mick Guest decide to do at the moment? The noise is electrifying. You probably can't even hear his commentators.
He hasn't made a decision yet. He wants another look at it. Looks like the bat's in the air. He's given it out. Pressure call. I think the pressure from the fielding side got the umpire to turn that around, and it's so close. It's millimeters in this game.
But once again, you know, the batsman there, the bat has been sitting up in the air. You know, he's obviously put his elbow on the ground, lifted his bat. This game is very much alive here, Bruce. There is no doubt about that.
That was the wicket South Africa wanted. They want another one from Steph Raruna. If he gets his length right, it'll work. That's the length he's looking for. Although he bowls it out the back of the hand, he actually bowls an orthodox ball. Difficult to read, and sometimes he'll bowl you the other one.
Nice shot there by Leach. Played that quite well. That is the end of the 7th over. Team total sitting on 45.
Captain has decided to go with Junior Dala again. I think he's decided that they might need some pace. Let's hope he gets this nice and straight this time. He wasted a few on the other over. Let's hope he needs this one nice and tight to get a bit of pressure. Early wicket will be crucial here.
Well, I think this is the most crucial over so far. This boy's got to get the length right. He's got to make it as tough as he possibly can here. And he started again with another wide, Bruce.
Very tough for him. He's under a lot of pressure. He knows he's got gas. He knows he's got the ability to take wickets. He's just got to get his accuracy going.
The problem being, Bruce, is the 8th over, so it's a re-bowl ball. That's better.
It was a gutsy decision by the captain to bowl him now, bearing in mind he bowled a few extras in his other one. Having said that, he's just bowled a Jaffa, so that's what he's looking for.
Dala to continue here. Leach on strike. Spats just slipped out of his hand. There he is.
Great shot by Leach. Gets it, hits it late, hits it under his eyes, tough into the ground. A lot of pressure on the fielding side.
South Africa need a wicket here, don't they? Australia just creeping up. They'll be happy, but they'll be happy with the start. Just need a wicket.
They need a wicket. A wicket will make a big difference to what looks like is a good score. It's a solid start from Australia. They'll be very, very happy with this.
Well, they'll be looking up around the 100 mark. You know, if you can keep this pair down a little bit, creates a bit more pressure. Junior Dala, as I said, it'll be the passion versus the patience.
Good cricket at good line, good shot, good fielding. Awesome action cricket at its best.
And what a fantastic tournament we have here at Action Cricket at Fourways Arena. It has been amazing. Obviously, this